One person. I'm taking my lunch break. I already started it, but thought I would turn this on. Last week I worked so much. I was working like literally 15-hour days, if not longer. Like it was really crazy because I had a crazy campaign going on, which is still going on, but last week was like the busy week. So I ate terribly. Like I was eating like fast food and just takeout, and I gave myself the excuse that I would just eat like restaurant food because I was so busy. So I finally got my act together and meal prepped this week. So I made a bunch of stuff to have bibimbap, which is like a Korean mixed rice bowl, and you can kind of add like whatever you want, but I made mine with rice and quinoa and avocado and carrot and sprouts and some ground beef. And onions. It's much healthier. And I'm at a WeWork, which I'm gonna show you guys what my office looks like. But another nice update is that I'm trying out a video editor, and I gave him like a little vlog, like clips of me showing my new office, which was last week. Today's my 1 week, so like I've been here for a week now. And I sent him clips of me like setting up my office and everything. So I'm gonna wait to show you guys until that video comes out, and hopefully it's something sustainable to keep working with him. But I've been really happy working here. And I love all the like fun little amenities of WeWork, including, well, one, soda. Like I drink seltzer a lot, so like having soda on tap is just really fun. And silly things like this abnormally, I don't think this is even legal size, it's just like a giant paper. And just having supplies like this, it's just really nice. So I'm doing my party planning here. I have a Hanukkah party coming up in Jerusalem. So it's my party planning. And what else? Oh, and today, or like last week, they had a day where they just had like a bunch of cookies and like lattes and stuff. And that was really fun. And then today I'm doing at 4 o'clock. Hopefully I'll be able to make it because of work, but at 4 o'clock they're doing a candle making workshop. It's like, that's so fun. So kind of dorky, but I'm like really enjoying all those fun little aspects of being in the WeWork. And I've been in WeWorks before, just like visiting and such, but I've never actually had a WeWork space, so that's really nice. And I haven't actually worked in an office like outside of my home in like literally 6 years or something, which is crazy. So it's been quite a shift, and I'm actually a lot more productive, which is nice. And it's only like really, it's very close. I won't say how far, but it's very close to my home, which is really nice. And I don't know if I could afford it very long term. We'll see, hopefully. But it's month to month, and the minimum commitment is 2 months. So I'm trying it out for 2 months, seeing if it's my mincha alarm. Just seeing if I can afford to stay here because I really like it. And if all else fails, I can always downgrade to the shared workspace downstairs, but I like having my own space. And I've made it really like cozy and very home-like, so I hope I can keep it. Hey, Anatan. Hi, Mohammed. Coconut water. I used to think these were really disgusting, like just coconut water in general, but now I'm obsessed with it. It's really good. It's interesting how tastes change. I didn't really finish it and have the rest for dinner. And I even got this nice like set of these stackable bowls for here. So I'll put that back in the fridge later. And right now, El Hatzlacha Rabba Toda Rabba El. And I don't know if you guys have been watching the weekly Parsha readings. It's kind of thing where my engagement has been dropping, and it's funny because I don't know why I've been struggling with the video quality on that, or I do know why. I've been trying to use my microphone, which is actually a computer mic, so I've been recording them on Zoom, which hasn't been the best quality. So today I actually recorded the entire Parsha reading, which was particularly hard because there were so many names that were hard to pronounce. And I did the whole thing this morning, and then I realized that the quality wasn't very good, and I also just didn't like having the Parsha reading with this like very sterile background. It wasn't very warm and inviting. So after all that, I decided to go home, re-record the whole thing, and now I'm about to edit it in a little bit. So hopefully it'll be a little bit better, but the lighting was also kind of crazy because I'm just using sunlight, so it kind of shifts a lot, but I hope that it's good enough. And it really is one of those things, if one person listens to the Parsha that wouldn't have otherwise listened to it, then I'm a happy camper. So it's worth for me, it's definitely worth it for me to keep it up. And it kind of just keeps me on schedule anyway. I think one of the interesting things about this reading is that Chumash, the new Chumash that I'm reading from, it's just so different. And I think it's super interesting how the translations, it's like the translations are a commentary in and of themselves. So I think it's really fun to be able to read from it and share it, because I think, most people don't have that edition, so they'll be able to hear something, like a little different twist on the Parsha. Like last week, it was really interesting how the Dudevan was translated as jasmine flowers, which I've never heard that before. So little things like that are very fascinating. And today I have to keep working on this campaign. It's for an art gallery in Miami, so that was really fun. And I've been I'm continually struggling with this idea of whether or not to do commercial work, because I'm a marketer. I do marketing, advertising. I'm a creative director / marketer, and I have my own agency. And back in the day, I used to do commercial work. So I used to do marketing, advertising, a lot of social media content for food brands, athletes, and e-commerce, and restaurants, things like that. So it was all very commercial stuff. And then I just didn't feel very fulfilled with it. So I decided to just do nonprofit work. And I did that for a little while. And now I'm kind of struggling with whether or not, how sustainable that is, or what the real purpose of only doing nonprofit work is. Because I think there's also something to be said of doing commercial work, but just doing it in a positive way. So I don't know, I'm not really explaining that very well. So anyway, I did take one for-profit client, a commercial client, and it's been interesting. It's kind of fun. It's fun to have a very different type of client. He's a high-end luxury home designer. He does furnishings and such for homes, and it's really beautiful stuff. So it's kind of cool to be able to touch something very different than Jewish nonprofit work, which I also love, but it's not always as exciting. So we'll see what comes. And I'm working on a new business venture that's kind of a dream, exactly a dream project of mine. I won't share it yet, but because it's still quite early, but I am starting to venture back into the commercial space a little bit. Whoa. Crazy. Very cool. Hello. How long I've been working in marketing? Since I was 26, and I'm 38 now. Wow, it sounds very long. Yeah, I think I was 26 when I started. I sort of just fell into it. I took a project manager job that was supposed to be like a project at the time before I was going to law school, and I just kind of stuck with it. But I really enjoy it. Boring, says Amy, who may be a bot. And it's already, I can't believe we're already a week into Kislev. It's really flown by. Hi, Auntie. Shalom. Yakira. What does that say after Yakira? Shalom, Yakira. Yakire. Manishma. You missed, I just finished eating. I was just taking a little lunch break and chit-chatting. Oh, my client just responded. So my client is Israeli, but he's in Miami. Let's see. And he writes to me in Hebrew, and I just translate it. Talks with the homeless. Okay, great. I'm working on it. Did you put the QR codes on the wall? I'm sorry they were too big, but maybe you can cut the QR code itself and put them next to each image. We need to make sure people know they can bid on the art. Yeah. Even though this was like a commercial client, we ended up doing a fundraiser. It's basically I'm marketing an art gallery in Miami, and the client had a really nice idea to include artwork made by homeless artists and do this like fundraising initiative. So I turned it into a digital auction. So even, I think that's a good example of how even if I decide to take, commercial work, it can still be for good and you can still do good things with it. So that was actually very nice. And also it's really nice like working with an Israeli client. This is my first, the nonprofit I worked for most recently, they are an American, they're an American organization, but I was working with Israelis there, but this is kind of different. It's like a pure, like it's a real like Israeli client. So it's interesting, just the cultural differences and such, but I think he likes that I'm here in Israel, so I can kind of work Israeli hours. So that's been nice. And I'm trying to make, I've been saying, I feel like I shouldn't say this. I've been saying a lot, like I say often how I don't have friends or I like don't socialize and stuff. And it's only partially true. Like I don't have close like BFF type of friends here, but I do have friends. Like I made a new friend recently actually. And this woman who I met, like she's my neighbor and I met her in the pool. And she invited me for Shabbos. We went out for Rosh Chodesh, and then she invited me again this past Shabbos for dinner. So like I do have people like that in my life. And I also have a friend that I made in Ulpan, and I was hosting her for Shabbat dinner. Like for a while, we were kind of on a roll for a little bit, and then I got really busy. But she asked if I'm free this Shabbos, and I invited her, so I'm hosting her again. And then I also met this other girl at like an event at my synagogue, and then I'm trying to like make plans with her to like meet up and have dinner or something. So I do have friends. Like I shouldn't say I don't have friends. Like I think I have just a very, I don't know, perhaps stringent definition of friendship. But I have what people would call friends. I think when I say that, I mean like compared to like, yeah, not like a best friend or like an intimate friendship, which is really like, I want like deep friendships. And I'm still like at a cordial acquaintance level friendship with, you know, all the people that I would call friends here. So I don't know, I guess it's just a difference of term. But I'm sure if they heard me say I don't have friends, they wouldn't appreciate that. So I will correct it here in this video. Oh, that's cute. Precious. Oh, yakira, like from yakar, which is expensive. Uh-huh. Hi, dear. Hi, Auntie. I do it. Okay, great. Okay. The one thing I just really, it's like the most important thing, but just something about invoicing. I really just don't enjoy invoicing. Like literally putting them together. I have to do that. I have to work on a brand name. I have to coordinate. Some people are helping me with various things, and I have to respond to somebody. Ooh. I think I just got a draft of my edited video. I've never had somebody edit my own videos. I've worked with video editors for work before, but not for my own stuff. Okay, great. Look and let you know, and send you feedback soon. Tada. Dear mommy, it is. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Hopefully here in Yerushalayim still. In my own, in a home that I own, married, and with the brand that I'm starting, like right now, the brand that I'm launching, to be extremely successful. That's where I hope to be in 5 years. Not remarkably different from now, because I actually really like my life right now. So just this, but progressed further. And yeah. Oh, and speaking Hebrew, Bezrat Hashem. Yeah, like super fluent in Hebrew. And really good at public speaking. Those would be my goals. And maybe, I have like 10 different projects I would like to see through to fruition. A Chabad, a women's group, a women's group here, like reached out to me from this channel and asked if I would do like a speaking engagement, like talking about my conversion and such. And I'm really excited to do things like that. I did something like that one time. The rabbi that I did my conversion with, he invited me on Shavuot to actually speak with his community. And I was really nervous at first, but it went really well, and I really enjoyed the experience. So it's nice to be able to do more stuff like that. Like, I want to become more and more comfortable with sharing my story and speaking in public. So that's really nice. And another person, also from this channel, wanted to do like an interview on his YouTube channel, which is like a really cool channel that happens to be in Spanish, actually. So I'm coordinating with him when to do that. I think that'll be nice. So it's a good experience for me to become more and more comfortable in speaking situations. Thank you, El. Amen. I'm really excited to share with you guys, like, hopefully at some point, like once it actually launches and everything, what my new business venture is. It's really exciting, and it's so apt for Kislev because it's literally one of those things I've had on my like dream boards, and just like very pie in the sky. Like, I had no idea how I would do this at any point in my life. It was just like a total life dream kind of thing, and it's like possible that it'll come to fruition. So it's something I'm working on, and it seemed very like Kislev-esque, which was really fun. Would you put being a mom over your brand and business? I don't think you have to. Like, I really think that you can do both, but I mean, family first, 100,000%. But, so yeah, I guess that's the answer. Now I would always tend to my family first. But I think the beauty of the type of work that I do, it's very, like, I can really control my own schedule, and I can make things work as much as I need to work, and then I don't have to, like, I can pace myself as I please. So hopefully I can keep that kind of situation up. And the better I do, the more help I can get, which would be great. Because right now I'm a one-woman show for the most part. But I go to this like holistic healer bodywork person. I don't know how to describe her. She does aromatherapy, she does like cupping, she does different things, and I've been working with her lately, and she also happens to be a midwife, and she's always reminding me of, like, that, it's time to get the show on the road. And I'm not really worried about it. All in due time. What do you enjoy most about your work? I think the fact that it's creative. I just like doing creative things, so it's really fun. Yeah, I like the creative side. I think like the actual tactical thing I enjoy doing most is probably the graphic design, which it's not that I'm the best designer, but I just really enjoy doing it. Although I really like video editing too. It's nice because everything I do, like, you can really, there's something tangible. Like, you can, when you do marketing, it's not just ideas, or it's not like some long process. Like, you can really make something, and you can like literally see it at the end of the day, and if your client likes it or not, if people are engaging with it or not. And I also do digital ads, so even that, like, that's really rewarding when you see the money that you're spending for a client and the advertising dollars actually turning around, the results that you're looking for. So it's like very tangible and immediate, and so you get that sort of like instant gratification from the work. So that's really nice. I like doing that. Being like marketing, it's like being the arts and crafts department. It's kind of like the fun stuff. This week though, my big thing, aside from like capping off this campaign, because I have to do all the reporting for it, my big thing, I have to do my invoicing this week, which is always on my list, and then I have to get this party going, like, all in order, and I'm trying to get sponsors for it. I'm trying to get organizations or just other people to help sponsor, and just like help spread the word and such. The last couple parties we did like this, we had like around 300 people or so come, so they were very successful, but this is the first time I'm doing it without sponsors to start, so I'm kind of, just praying that it works out, and I had to figure out how to like front the costs and everything. And I got a really cool, like really fun DJ, which reminds me I have to let the other DJs know. So it's like, everyone says here like that they don't like things to feel like a singles event, and I totally get it, because like I also don't go to singles events. Like, it feels just kind of very contrived and uncomfortable. So it is for singles. It's like for 20s to 40s, but this is going to be more of like a party vibe. So I have a really fun DJ, and like a lot of alcohol, fun food, And I'm gonna have, it's tricky because there's no mixed dancing, but I'm gonna have a mechitza and put up like a big sign so that women, like there'll be like a fun little women's section so that we can dance too. So we'll have to figure out how to police it. So many people write to me in Hebrew, and like I half read it, and then I'll cheat and I pop it into my. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll wait then for you to send it. What's the merging process for creating Asian Israeli inspired dishes? Just like simple ingredient swaps, like a really good one. I think it's called silan. Is it silan or silan? Yeah, silan, which is a date syrup. It's like a great sweetener. So anything I need like, I just generally tend not to use sugar if I need to sweeten something in a recipe. Then like for a marinade or something, I'll just like put honey. So first of all, you can always use Israeli honey, which makes it nice. Or I'll put silan in things. So that's kind of a nice little swap. But other than that, I don't know. I don't really go crazy with the fusion stuff, I guess. Yeah, I feel like either I'm eating Korean style or I'm eating Israeli style or like American. And I guess I don't really merge it so much. Yeah. But I was thinking, I'm out of kimchi, so I can't do it now. But I was originally planning on trying this recipe that my sister sent me last year for kimchi latkes, which I thought sounded really good because I don't really like latkes that much. But I thought kimchi latke sounded nice. So you can do fun little things like that. I thought the taste would be stronger, but it isn't at all. Yeah, I love dates. It's very good. Very, very good. The hard part about my line of work is just never knowing where the revenue is coming from. Like I have like different clients that are just sort of maybes, and it's always just kind of, you want to lock everything down and ideally have recurring revenue, but it's not always so clear where things are going to come from, which is a real test of emunah. Like truly, you have to just remember that everything comes in its due time from Hashem. And nothing makes you feel that more than having your own business or freelancing. But keeps things exciting. Excited for my candle making workshop. Although it's 2 hours long, I don't know why it's 2 hours. It seems kind of like a lot of time. So I hope I can just like make mine and not be there so long, or like come back maybe if it needs to dry or something. I'm not really sure. 30, 40, 50. A video I made the other day got 50,000 views. Very happy with that. Although it's kind of like, it's hard to tell with social media. They'll report a view, but somebody might have watched it for like 2 seconds. Yeah. Through plays are 15 seconds. Still, it's quite short. How's your absorption? Oh, I missed a bunch. Could you see hiring in the near future? I'm sort of trying to hire right now. I'm looking for part-time help basically. and seeing what I can sort of offload, but you know, the budget's tight. So yeah, I'm kind of figuring that out. I've been self-employed since 2009. I found that the freedom outweighs any uncertainty. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure, it's much better. For me. I mean, it's not for everyone. Some people just want the security. Did you find the transition with Aliyah to be difficult? I don't think I would say it was difficult. It was stressful, like it was intense, but I wouldn't say it was difficult because for me, I was like no looking back, like ready to, like I was here to be committed to it. And I think people who have a hard time making Aliyah and actually transitioning are people who have 1 foot in, 1 foot out and think like, I'm gonna try this out and maybe I'll just go back home or whatever. And I wasn't coming for that. Like I was just like gung-ho, like all in. So for me, I think things really fell into place because I really like showed up and committed to it. So I didn't have a hard time with like the bureaucracy, with finding an apartment, with finding work. Like none of that stuff was actually difficult for me, which is amazing. Like everything really clicked into place. And I really think it's because I was just so all in. And I didn't leave that little window of a doubt to like maybe go back. So it was pretty smooth sailing, like surprisingly. And I think a lot of people don't have that experience, or yeah, I think a lot of people don't have that experience. So I feel like a lucky duck. Yeah, I had a nice transition. Like it was hard for sure. But yeah, I think it was only recently, like in this past year, even like the past 6 months maybe, that I started feeling like super at home and comfortable and like by far like more Israeli than American, which is crazy. So it feels really good now. How's your absorption into the culture coming? I guess related to that. Yeah, I feel just totally comfortable and at ease here now. So, I mean, I'm like only quasi-integrated because my bubble is pretty Anglo for the most part, or, you know, at least I'll speak English. So, you know, it's not like I'm fully as immersed as I could be, but at the same time, like I'm around very different communities, different people, and yeah, very comfortable culturally here. So I think one of the things I'm used to it now, but don't love it, is just how people speak here, where it sounds like they're really angry or just like fighting even, and then you realize that that's just how they talk. So there's still things like that like the American in me is not exactly used to, but I realize what's going on now at least. So like I know what's up, but it's still like a little bit jarring to experience sometimes. But it's all very fun. Okay, I think that was Israelis are very passionate. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Very, very passionate. Okay, so I'm gonna get back to work now, but that was a lovely lunch break with you guys. I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna hopefully post my Parsha reading video later today, and then hopefully I'm gonna share, like I'm gonna check out now what the editor sent me, and I'm gonna share my little clip of my new office. Hearing more about that part-time work you're looking to hand over. All right, bye guys, have a great day.